What is up, guys? Coding Wizard here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make your very own chat box. Now you can call this whatever you want. I've made a little messy mock-up on Photoshop here. It can be like an update board where you just submit your message and it will appear right here. Or you can make it a chat box for people to use. You can customize it in whichever way you want. Here I've just got this. So we can set this up with like roles, like a special role that people who's authenticated, or maybe they're a premium user or administrator or whatever you want. Once you submit the message, and the system, which is nice, it uses Ajax, so your message appears immediately. So for this one, we're going to be using Elementor, and we're going to be using front-end submissions. So this box here, essentially, like I said, you can put it on the front end with special roles, or you can just leave it on the back. You don't need to put the front end code here to submit your messages. That's totally up to you. But for this video, we're going to be putting this submit box here onto the front end, and we'll see the message appear on the front end as well. So before we get started, we're going to need a couple of plugins. Obviously, Elementor and Elementor Pro, dynamic content for Elementor, front-end ACF, and ACF Pro. Right now I have my brand new installation of WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and install the plugins that I just showed you. Right, okay, all my plugins have been installed. And for theme, I'm going to be using the Hello Elementor theme. You can use whatever you want. So just to get started, we're going to go ahead and head over to the ACF section here and visit post types. Now inside post types, we want to add a new post type. I'm going to call this messages. Message. Hit on save. And then we're going to visit field groups and add a field group. Make this a text. And inside this text, we're going to call this message. Field name is going to be message. Post type, we're going to set it to message. And then for this one, new field group, we're going to call this message loop. Again, call this whatever you want. This is just indicators for me to know where it is or which one it is. Now for the second step, we're going to head over to front-end admin, head over to forms, add a new form. Now remember what you did here. If you open this in a new tab, we named this message loop. So we're going to do the same thing here, and we're going to create a message loop. So let's hit publish. Now on side field type, we're going to select text field, field label, message. Okay. Everything's okay. Yeah. And then we need a submit button, just like our mockup here. So we have the input, that's the message box, and then the submit button. So we're going to make this one a button. Okay, very good. Ignore the no label, doesn't matter. Save custom fields to post. Everything looks good. Actions. Here, the form has been submitted successfully. You can say your message has been submitted successfully. All right, hit save. And then, so now we've got our front-end form. We've got our post type messages. All our messages will appear under submissions and inside your custom post type here, which is messages. Now let's go ahead and create our templates, right? So before we get to that, let's create a page. I'm going to call this page updates. All right. Edit with Elementor. And in this section here, I'm just going to hit on publish for now, because I'm going to come back to this in a second. Right, so that's going to be our page. So let's head over to template for Elementor. We're gonna visit section. Now this section is what's gonna control what's going on inside of the message box. So add a new section. We're gonna call this inner messages. So let's go ahead and add a container here. Let's make this box 750. Gonna go ahead and add a second container. I'll make the 600, about that. Any colors you want, really. I'll go ahead here and I'll grab this color. Or you know what? Let's grab the other color. It's a bit lighter. All right. So inside of this, we're going to duplicate this. Make sure the gaps are 0. And now the inner messages, this is where you're going to see the username or first name and the message next to it. Now, you can customize this as much as you want. You can add a date, you can add time, or you can simply just leave the username. But you know what? Let's go ahead and add the post date and time. So let's do post time for this one. Take out this icon. You can leave the icon if you wish. And post date. All right. Let's put the color to white so we see what we're doing here. And for this one, we can set it to author info, right? So you get the author name and the author name. And you can see here coding wizard, or you can just use PHP if you're trying to target something else more specific. So you can do, you just do a variable, you do author ID equals WP get user meta. And you do ID, trying to get the ID. And then we do another variable, we call it author. I want to get the first name equals get WP get user meta, autocomplete. First name, comma, author, this one, ID. I really like this little editor on Elementor. It just completes it for you. Echo, echo, author first name, done. Syntax error, unexpected identifier, first name, expecting. Okay, I see the error. Right after ID, I did not close it. So WP, undefined function, WP get user meta. 1 second, let me just check this. Okay, that is my bad here. It's get the author meta. And I guess this one has here as well. All right, so if you're doing it by PHP, it will not show up here. So once we save this page and we're done with the template, it should show up on the front end. Right, so now we're done with inner messages. We are going ahead here. Here you can see I've just refreshed the page and you can see this here. You do not see my name because I haven't submitted anything yet. And this will also disappear once I'm done pulling it using dynamic posts. So let's make this look a bit nicer. We'll put this inline. Okay, so we're gonna have the name, the time it was posted, and the date it was posted. Now remember the ACF field that we built last time. So we're gonna go ahead and add in a header. Color white. P-tag. I'll just leave it roboto for now. 18, 400. All right, looks a bit better. Do the same for this one. 18,400. All right, and then we select the column, make it centered, and make this center. Same thing for this one, just like that. All right, so we're going to hit on update. Now we're done with the inner messages. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our updates page, which is what's going to be showing here on the updates page on the front end. So we're going to go ahead and let me just reload this page quickly. It should technically, because using Ajax, pull the section, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the section from here. So we're going to type in dynamic. It should come up with dynamic posts. Drop this in here. And we're going to select Elementor template right down here on the left. We're going to enter the template name, which was inner messages. Center, there we go. And under, we're gonna hit this again. Grid, we're gonna select to one column. When you're doing responsive, don't forget if you're using dynamic content to select your columns to one, otherwise it's gonna look really, really weird. So then we're gonna go to query, post type, make sure it's on messages. Query filter, everything's good here. So now, because it's looking for the submissions, there's no submissions, so it's going to say no result. So this means that it's working, because right now it's looking through messages. It's looking through this custom post type here, which is messages, if there's any messages. So if I take this out, obviously you're going to see the template that's appearing. So let's leave this on messages. Hit on update. Now we're going to go back to the front-end form that we created earlier. We're going to copy this shortcode here, head over to the updates page, and we're going to make a container. We're going to make a section here, and we're going to make a shortcode. Pop this in here, set this to full screen, centered. Okay, so let me just set this to boxed. We'll set it to 500, and just like that. Okay, so let's refresh the front page. Let's send our first message, test this out, submit. Message when we submitted successfully. Okay, so our message is not showing up. So there's a problem somewhere around. So let's check the submissions first. The submission came through. This is my message. Let's review it. That's my message. Let's check on post types. So I have no messages inside message. Let's do another test. Test 2. All right. So we're going to check out submissions. We have the test 2 that just came in. So what we want to do here in this case, let's just check our forms. Everything is okay. So let's make sure the front end. So we have front end form and message loop. So let's just check out the form, the front end form first. Submissions, to post, action, permissions, everything's okay. Administrator, post. Okay, so here's the issue. Okay, so right now it's editing the post. You got to make sure this is on new post. All right, so my bad. So post type, it's going to go to message, which is this messages post type here. Hit on save. Now, when you send a message, it should go directly to the messages post type. So let's do test 1. And there you have it, guys. But now there's another issue. We do not see the actual message. So add your heading here. So that's not a problem. No need to panic. Let's refresh this page here. And this is because this is my bad. I did not configure this field. So remember this ACF field that we built here, which was message loop. Gonna go ahead and hit this dynamic tags button here. Scroll down, we're gonna have ACF field. Select ACF field and select the key, select message. Hit on update. Let's refresh this page. And we have our message. So test 1 and test 2 is showing up. So now we can style it a little bit more to look a bit better. So let's go ahead and head back to updates. So we have the messages here. I'm gonna go ahead and add a color for, sorry, not this one, well, this one here. We want to add a color in this container where the messages will appear. So we're gonna click on classic and put a color a bit like this. All right, the container, let's put it box to, let's say 750. And we have an issue here. So this container is acting, so we have the main container. Let's just add another container here. Quickly make this 700. And inside this container, I'll add another container, which is going to be my inner section, and make it box 600. So this container is going to have this color here. So background type, this color. I'm going to take this and drop it into here, into this one. Close this one up. So let's hit update and refresh this page. And there you have it. So we're going to do test 3. Hello there. And there you have it, guys. This is your new chat box or update system, whatever you want to call it. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, if this video has helped you guys out, just hit the follow button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions, just drop me an email on hello@codingwizard.co.uk or just comment down in the comment section and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Until the next one.